strange to be happy as I lie here on the rooftop in the rain. I'll say, hey, man, to all the crazy things that happened that made me who I am. I say, hey,
Hey, welcome to Rosalind's Rants. A little bit of ranting for your soul on today. We are week 12. We are 12 weeks in. We are moving and we are grooving and we are rocking it out. Stay tuned at the end of our video today because I'll be announcing our winner for my first book, which is Shackled. I'll be introducing that winner. I'm going to do it a little bit different. I didn't get comments at the bottom of the last video from week 11, but I did get a lot of shares on Facebook and all different social media networks. So I'm going to choose a person from that. I want to make sure that I'm empowering people to be all that they can be. I want to encourage people to be all that they can be. I want to do great things for the ones that are paying attention to the videos and are watching. And I did give a little sneak peek last week in week 11. So if you haven't watched week 11, make sure you watch that because I gave one of my favorite things and I'm going to use that for a giveaway coming 2020. So make sure you watch 11 so you can get that piece. But last week we talked about a hormonal belly and the different things that happen to women when they're above 40. And if you go back to week 11, you can see the different videos that have been linked to encourage people to continue on their journey of working out. There's some HIIT exercises that you can start to do. I just have an encouraging person that helps me along the way, and that's my husband. We work out here in our house, and the workout that we have decided to do is called P90X, and you can check that out if you want to do that. And I have also taken another step because I was kind of disappointed or feeling a little bit challenging myself. That's the word that I'm going to use, challenging myself a little bit. I could see where my arms were starting to slim down and my face and my legs, but my stomach wasn't going anywhere. So I made a decision to start a diet, and the diet that I chose was Weight Watchers. Honestly, I'll tell you that. And the reason why I chose that one is because I didn't have to take anything away. I do like to eat chips. I do like to eat candy. I like to eat some of those things, and I didn't want to remove a lot of different things from myself and then add them back in. So I decided to do Weight Watchers, and there's an app that I can utilize on my phone. And I just track everything I eat. You get a certain amount of points each day, and you just work yourself. You can eat what you want on Weight Watchers, but know that there's a point value attached to that, what you eat. And it makes you want to eat more vegetables. It makes you want to eat more fruits because you're looking for something sweet in your diet. So you'll end up eating more of your fruits. You'll end up eating more of your vegetables because they fill you up. You'll end up drinking more water because if you drink water before you eat, it will help you be fuller a little bit faster. So those are just a couple of things that I've done through this, now that we're on 12 weeks, that I've done to help create a better atmosphere in my healthy living journey as far as my natural body. I listened to the message today. My husband was privileged to bring the word today at our church, and he talked about what does the Lord require of thee? And I thought about that. And the Lord requires for us to work our crafts the best way that we can. He requires for us to live healthy so we can continue to do the work that He has given to us to do. He requires for us to do great things as far as worshiping Him in spirit and in truth. And He is looking for us to do all the things that He has created for us to do. And when we learn that God has required some things of us to do, and we start to do those things, we can recognize the things that we need to change in our life in order to live intentionally that we had talked about a couple of weeks ago. Everything that we do in life needs to be intentional. We need to make sure that we're working our craft correctly. We need to make sure that we're healthy out here in these streets, as I heard my kids say, the street part. We need to make sure that we're doing all that we can and that we're glorifying God with our whole life, our whole heart, our whole mind, our whole soul. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we are doing exactly what he had called for us to do. And we need to be healthy. We need to be spiritually healthy, and we also need to be naturally healthy. If I can't walk up and down my stairs, how am I going to go and help my sister or my brother into the house where I come to worship if I'm getting all worn out by that? So I'm just thinking about that, what the Lord requires of me. And in 2020, I want to make sure that I'm doing all that he has required of me. I want to make sure that I am living my life wholeheartedly for Christ. I want to make sure that I'm not looking at my past and allowing for it to predict my future. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that God has created me to do in my marriage, with my children, and with my family. And I'm just thinking about that, what the Lord requires of me. Think about that over this week, what the Lord requires of you. And make sure that you are moving the way that God has created for you to move. And I'm just thinking about that. The Lord has required of us some great things. And if we move the way that God has called us to move, whoa, just think about the things and the blessings and the things that we'll get from God. Not that you do it because you're seeking after something, but he will reward you according to what you do. So if you find yourself lacking in what the things that you are supposed to do for God, if you find yourself watching more TV and not taking time to pray, or you're not taking time to fast, or you're not taking time to read his word, if you're just finding yourself always in a negative spot, is that what the Lord has required for you? Or has he required for you to live your life in abundance? Has he required for you to make sure that you're doing your fasting, that you're paying your tithes, that you're taking time to learn about him, that you're taking time to work with your family and to strengthen them and to build them up? What are you intentionally doing? Are you intentionally doing bad things? Or are you intentionally doing good things? Your intentional living is all based on the things that the Lord has required of you. You need to find yourself doing what God has created for you to do in all areas of your life. And as you do that, make sure that you are doing healthy living things for yourself as well. Your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. And if you can't find yourself putting it in the right spot, then you can't do the right things for God. So that's what I want us to do this week. I want you to think about the things that the Lord has required of you. And I wish I had a drum roll, because I would love to do a drum roll right now for the winner. Last week I said that the furthest person that lived away from me, and that's in Michigan, the person that I have chose lives in Illinois, and she lives in the southern parts of Illinois, and her name is Keonda Smith. Keonda Smith, I will be inboxing you from Rosalind Pryor's Inspirations Facebook page in order to get you the book. I want to make sure that I get it to you, and if there's any questions or if there's any things that you see in the book that help you or encourage you to be more than what you are, I'm not saying because I don't know, but reach out to me. I want to make sure that I'm here for you. I thank you for sharing my video on your social media pages, but Keonda Smith, you are the new winner of Shackled, Rosalind's first book. I will be signing this for you and sending it out to you. And I want to tell you guys, guess what? Thank you for tuning in today. Happy New Year. It's almost 2020. I will be talking to you on the following Monday. Have a good week. See you then. Make sure that you're doing what the Lord has required of you.